All right, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Tony Nico. Welcome back to another video. How's everybody's day going? And I came across this Twitter account that has like this thread of just hundreds of advice and tips that spans about like 2 to maybe even 3 years long, dating all the way back to like 2021. Now, I didn't take a look at all the tips because it's like a super long thread, okay? Like, I didn't check out all of it because it's really, really freaking long. And even getting some of the ones that I saw today was just absolute freaking nonsense. We're going to be taking a look at some of them today. I cherry picked some of the most ridiculous and just nonsensical, crazy ones. And we're going to be responding to them accordingly and just checking them out because trust me, it's absolute buffoonery. Okay, they even go out of their way to claim that Gargura, yes, for those of you who are into VTubers and you know who HoloLive and stuff is, Gargura, the #1 English VTuber, yes, they go out of their way to claim that Gargura is a fascist symbol and that she has used swastikas or that she has fascist elements and that her freaking lolly model is childlike and encourages pedophilia. So we're going to be taking a look at some of these darn tips and advices that this account was giving out today and just responding to them accordingly, and of course having a good old laugh at this absolute freaking buffoonery before us. So if you're down for that, you're ready for that, let's get right into this, starting off with the Gargura tweet that they made. So it says right here, advice number 117, don't lewd VTubers. There's real people behind those models, and in some cases, like with fascist symbol Gargura, they have a childlike body that encourages pedophilia. And as stated, some of them spread hateful ideals indirectly like this. What do I even say to this? First of all, VTubers, okay, most of the time they don't really give a shit if you lewd their models, okay? Second of all, so what if there's real people behind them? Okay, we're not, look, okay, if you go out of your way to fucking lewd the person behind the model, that's some weirdo shit. Okay, like, stop that. Okay, that's creepy, probably even a little bit stalkerish behavior. But we're talking about a VTuber model. Okay, people, like VTubers like Gargura and probably even more Calliope and a bunch of others do not care if you make not safe for work fan art of their models. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, like at all. I have no idea what this person's talking about by saying there's real people behind those models. And then to go out of their way to claim that Gargura is a fascist symbol for whatever reason, I have no idea. And then, of course, the obvious thing that most of these deranged people will say is that she encourages pedophilia and stuff because of her darn lolly model. It's just buffoonery. And then to say that they spread hateful ideals indirectly like this, like, where are you getting this from? Can you please take your meds, okay, man? Like, obviously, you're on something right now because I have no idea what you're talking about, all right, man? Like, just stop it. The funny part in this, most VTubers don't care or ask for themselves, and really Gargura is fascist. I call 1,000,000% bullshit on that. Well, obviously, like, I have no idea where the fuck this person is getting this idea from, okay, that I guess it's freaking problematic to lewd VTuber models because there's a real person behind them. Look, they do not give a shit, okay, unless maybe they're like a safe for work VTuber, they like have a environment that isn't, not safe for work and stuff, and they don't really promote or want fan art and stuff of them like that. And then maybe then, but for you to use some excuse that there's a real person behind them is just, it comes off as absolute freaking lunacy, and you just look crazy in the process, okay? Gargura herself isn't a fascist, but she liked the swastika. Okay, first of all, the grammar. Okay, look, fix that, please. And Pepe the Frog. Racists and neo-Nazis have used her image and claimed her as a symbol of hate, especially if you look on this site or 4chan. Okay, first of all, 4chan already enough is just absolute freaking degeneracy and full of just whacked out individuals, okay? Look, alright, 4chan is just absolute buffoonery, and so are you, okay, man? Like, if that is the case, okay, look, that's not her audience. Second of all, okay, what do I even say to this, man? I don't know. And then especially if you look on this site, first of all, where are you finding stuff like this at on Twitter of people using her image as like a symbol of hate, man. You go out of your way to claim that neo-Nazis have used their image, but you don't show or provide proof of this. We're just supposed to take what you say from word of mouth. You just look like some whacked out individual just spouting conspiracy theories when you go out of your way to say stuff like this. And you don't even have evidence of it, okay? Let's move on. Now, we're going to be taking a look at some of the other advices they gave out on this thread. Just cherry pick from randomly from, from like the most oddball ones that I could find. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at some of these apparent advices and tips from this darn thread and just responding to them accordingly. Okay, so let's start with the first one from this list. Okay, so let's start with some of these ones that I just cherry picked, the most delusional ones that I could find, at least so far. Advice number 99, check your roleplay mutuals political positions. You may think it doesn't matter to roleplay, but it does. Is to create a healthy environment, and as I said earlier, roleplays are inherently political. You can tell their alignment by how they write or what they write. Okay, this is reminding me of the people who be talking about somehow anime is satanic or that all video games and media is political. Like, come on now, man. This is absolutely ridiculous right here for you to just say that roleplays are inherently political. We need to stop this right here, okay? Video on that coming soon, by the way, how everyone keeps thinking that stuff is just inherently political or woke for some darn reason. But anyway, let's move on. Make your environment minor friendly. Minors are becoming more and more common on Twitter by the day. First of all, no, minors need to get their asses offline, okay? Stay in school, okay? Do their homework, clean their chores, and listen to their parents, okay? Get them grades up in school. Okay, that's what they need to do, not be sitting over here spending their time on Twitter or Reddit or Discord online all darn day in spaces, especially with adults, okay? They need to be focusing more on their darn education and studying instead. It is impossible to have adult spaces with how the site works, so it is best if you make your environment friendly to minors. Don't expose them to dangerous stuff. First of all, no, we do not need to be sitting over here getting rid of adult spaces. They exist for a reason. Minors need to instead stay off the internet, okay, and spend more time in school and not hanging around adults in these quote-unquote environment-friendly spaces you're trying to create here. Let's move on to the next one. Trust me, they get way worse, okay? Like, if you think these are already bad, oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. Research your ships. Some role players accidentally make toxic ships due to the ship partner's backgrounds or an age gap. You need to do research before you ship characters so you won't fall under it being dangerous. First of all, no one actually gives a shit, okay, about what kind of characters you're shipping together, or if it's toxic or whatever the fuck, okay, or if they have some kind of crazy background, or if there's an age gap. No one gives a shit, okay, about that, except you and apparently other terminally online people. Okay, ship whatever characters you want. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's an age gap, whatever the fuck they have. Or it doesn't matter if you think it's toxic or problematic or dangerous. No one cares. Okay, we're talking about fictional characters here. Okay, stop treating them like real people or whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right. How about this? Take your meds instead. Get offline. Okay, go outside, touch some grass for a little bit, get you something to eat, and then spend like 2 to 3 years off of social media, and then come back once you get your head on straight again. Okay, that's what we need to do instead. Okay, how about you go do that? Put an age and height on your OC. This is necessary so people won't think you are doing lewd with a minor coded character. What the fuck was that grammar? You are doing lewd. First of all, fix your goddamn grammar, okay? That's what you need to do, okay, before you type this out. Fix the grammar. Second of all, there's no such thing as a minor coded character, okay? Just because a character is short, or they have a deep body type, or they're a fucking lolly, it does not mean they're minor coded. That doesn't make any single lick of sense, okay? There's no such thing as minor coded, black coded, whatever the fuck coded, coffee coded, okay? Grass coded characters. There's no such thing as that. It was a term created by terminally online people like you and others, okay? Stop with this. We need to get rid of this darn term minor coded, because it's absolutely stupid. Some people get away with this by not stating either, which in reality is just as bad as aging up a minor. Okay, let's just move on from this absolute buffoonery. If your series has racism, it is best to take it out for roleplay. It doesn't matter if it's a central part of your series or if it is real or fantasy racist. What the hell are you talking about? Do not include racism of any type in roleplays, even if it is canon. It reminds people of their real racism and their struggles. How the hell? Look, man, okay? A show or some book or something having racism in it is just it doesn't fucking matter. If it bothers you that much, you can always go read some different type of series or book or whatever, okay? Or go play some different kind of game, okay? I don't know how the hell it's reminding you of your of the real racism and struggles going on in the darn world, okay? Jesus, people, are people really this fucking sensitive nowadays that you can't even, I don't know, man, you can't even use like stuff like this to like include in your story and I don't know, man. It's absolute nonsense. My brain is just rotting here trying to come up with a fucking response because this is so stupid what I'm reading in front of me, people. Let's head on. If you are a safe work account, don't follow lewd accounts. It gives people the wrong idea and it will cause more problematic accounts to follow you. It'll also make people suspicious of, how the fuck does this make people suspicious of you because you're following lewd accounts in your safe work? Why the fuck does that even matter? Okay, how the hell, first of all, how will this cause more quote unquote problematic accounts to follow you? Who actually even gives a shit about this, okay, man? If it's giving people the wrong idea, then I don't know what the hell to tell you, except that people are just absolutely delusional if that's the case then. Some IPs shouldn't be roleplayed at all. Harry Potter, any Blizzard property, the Turner Diaries, etc. have either hateful creators, abusive creators, or spread hateful ideologies, and real role-playing them spread those hateful messages even further. Don't do it. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Are you serious right now, dude? Now you can't even fucking roleplay Harry Potter characters or anything from Blizzard. And I don't know what the hell the Turner Diaries is, man, but like, people have too much time on their fucking hands to just sit here and say stuff like this. You know, I can't. Talking about some, you can't roleplay Harry Potter because apparently it spreads hateful messages and there's abusive creators and all this other type of nonsense. You need to get the fuck offline, man. Okay, that's the issue right here. You're terminally online, dude. Okay, I don't know who the hell you are, man, but you need to get offline, okay? Because this is absolute buffoonery. You just sound like a nut job saying stuff like this, okay? No, it does not spread hateful messages or ideologies, role-playing fucking Hermione from Harry Potter just because you think that J.K. Rowling is, I don't know, hateful to trans people because of the whole fucking drama that happened with Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know, man. Okay? Just stop it, okay? Stop. Be mindful of age gaps when doing romance or lewd role plays, even if they are legal adults. Okay, this is already a red flag. An 18-year-old romancing or eluding a 30-year-old is socially unacceptable. What the fuck? What? The best age gap length is 1 to 4 years. Okay, look, man. No one gives a shit, okay? In the context of fictional or real people, okay? It does not fucking matter, okay? As long as there's 2 consenting adults, okay? It does not fucking matter. And in the context of fiction, it really doesn't matter what kind of age gap it is. It could be fucking 500 years or infinity, okay? Who cares? Come on now, man. This is absolute nonsense for you to sit here and talk about it is socially unacceptable for 2 fucking grown adults to be romancing each other. Come on now, that's weird. Let's move on to the next one. If you make an OC, especially a self-OC, don't appropriate cultures. If you aren't black, your self-OC shouldn't be such. What? If you aren't Japanese, your OC shouldn't be such unless it's Japanese orientated like Naruto. It causes a lot of racism this way. Okay, why the hell is it okay for your OC to, if it's not Japanese, as long as they have Japanese orientated elements, but if your character isn't black, you know, it shouldn't be black. It shouldn't even have African orientated elements to it, I guess. Why the fuck does this even matter? Okay, you can make your OC be whatever the fuck you want it to be. It doesn't matter. Okay, race has nothing to do with you making a fictional character. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you're Japanese and you want to make a character that's French or fucking Italian, no one cares. Okay, except terminally online people like this. Okay, it shouldn't matter. Make your character be whatever the hell you want it to be. If you want your character to be a fucking hot dog in Europe, bologna sandwich, it's not fucking racism, okay, people? Stop this, man. If you're white and you make your character be, I don't know, fucking Nigerian, okay, that's not racism. No one cares. Except terminally online people like this. That's the end of it. Let's move on. Lighten your character if you want more followers. Most people don't want violent, sexual, or problematic characters. If you roleplay such a character like that in fiction, you need to tone them down if you want to have followers. No, the fuck you do not. You do not need to tone down your character just so other people who are sensitive babies will follow you, okay? Like, come on now. You do not need to change what define your character. If your character is violent or sexual or whatever the hell, okay, or whatever character you're trying to roleplay is like that, in canon, you do not need to tone the character down just so you can have more followers on Twitter, okay? They can always just go to some other darn space or whatever the hell other kind of account that doesn't have these elements if that's the issue. Who actually is worrying about this? Who actually seriously gives a fuck about any of this stuff that you're talking about? Come on. Not a single bit of advice throughout this entire thread that I've seen so far is good. Post whether you are a male or female writer somewhere. We are still in an age where people would get severely pissed off over a male writer roleplaying a female character for the sake of killing off drama. Post if you are a male or female writer somewhere. Who actually gives a fuck, man? Seriously. None of this advice you've been giving out is good. Who really gives a fuck about any of the stuff that you've been saying, okay? Like, seriously, if anyone is really getting pissed off or mad over a male writer having a female character that they're role playing, and then this female character gets killed off or whatever, and they're like, oh man, there's an issue with it because the person who did this is a guy. Like, come on, seriously, is there really people out here who's getting pissed off over this besides you? This is just stupid, man. This is absolutely just nonsensical. Let's move on. If you are making an original verse or writing an OC, put a limit on your character's superpowers and magic. Who are you to tell people what they can do with their characters? Is this supposed to be advice, or are you trying to just demand that people do this with the OCs they create in their universe? Limitations breed creativity, and there's the risk of your OC being accused of god modding and too overpowered if you don't put a limit on them. What in the hell am I hearing, man? I don't even know. This is just absolute freaking brain rot. Pornographic and lewd headcanons are never good. What? It just sounds to me like you just hate all fucking type of sexual content. 95% of the time when people have lewd or headcanons, it's just an excuse to have your character have sex endlessly. What? No, it makes you a huge onion, and if you and is the only thing that can derail a character. What is this fucking grammar, man? I can't, dude. What am I hearing? What am I reading? Don't write your villain to have a mental illness or a disability. Okay, so now characters, now we can't even have villains with like tragic backgrounds or like some kind of mental illness that makes them do the evil things that they do, I guess. It's horribly offensive to people with these disabilities. No, it's not. And they're just beginning to shed the stigma of mentally ill equals violent. Make them a hero and not a villain instead. Okay, man. So now we can't even have villains with mental illnesses now. We gotta make them fucking heroes for some reason. Doesn't matter if in your story they slaughter like 10 billion people or they're eating babies and shit. Okay, we gotta make them a hero. I don't know what's going on. Ugh, my brain is just, oh my god, it's just fucking failing me right now reading all this. Like, it is absolutely just rotted to the point of no return reading all of this advice from this fucking thread. Let's move on. You are either lewd or not lewd. Buzz off with being open to both. People who claim they are both either do nothing but sex roleplays or don't do it. There is no person who has done a middle ground here, so instead of saying you do both, just admit to one or the other. Jesus, man. What the fuck am I hearing, dude? I can't. I don't even roleplay, and this is just absolute freaking buffoonery. Am I the only one who's thinking this right here? Let me know, because this is absolutely stupid for you to sit here and say that you can't be open to both or whatever. Okay, or that there's no middle ground. Jesus. Looting undead characters is wrong. Oh my god. It is basically necrophilia, and writing such promotes it. What? It's disgusting and it makes people uncomfortable. Fictional or real. Sex with a corpse is one of the nastiest things you can do. Okay then. Just what the fuck? What am I reading, man? Apparently, this is just necrophilia now for you to sit here and loot undead characters like I don't know, I guess a necromancer or a fucking skeleton from Skyrim. What the fuck? Yo, let's move on, man. I can't. I'm losing my composure here. Don't use a lot of anime tropes. Okay, look, man. What? Especially if you want to build a strong character. In anime aesthetic, it's fine. It's just anime tropes are naturally more sexist, sexual, problematic, and immature. Okay, so now we're just slandering all fucking anime tropes and everything. We're just slandering anime in general. It just sounds like you just hate anime, to be honest to me. Like it sounds like you don't like anything anime related, but apparently an anime aesthetic is fine though. But anime tropes are naturally sexist and problematic somehow. Oh boy, it couldn't have to do with the lolly characters, would it? It doesn't make good characters, it makes terrible ones. Jesus, man. This is absolutely nuts. Silence is not an option. If you see drama going on and you don't speak up about it or ignore it, then it clearly says something about you as a person. You must speak up about it, even if it is briefly, otherwise your silence shows your side. What? 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 You must speak up about it, otherwise the silence shows your side. Some people just don't like getting involved in fucking drama, or people just like watching from the sidelines. Like, this absolutely makes no sense right here. How? You're basically saying that it's impossible for people to just take a neutral stance. You have to choose. Like, you have to pick a side. Pick a side now, people. Either you stand with me or you're standing against me. What the fuck? That's basically what this is, man. Like, you either have to pick a side, like there's no neutral option somehow. It's just I don't know, man. It's crazy. Sexual content does not make good storytelling. Oh, Fallout New Vegas would like to disagree. Smut is naturally there for fan service and sex. It is not a good tool for storytelling. If anything, it makes your writing look cheap and plain if you try to have a storyline that is sexual or related to sex. Okay, I'm guessing you haven't seen the movie It Follows, then, I don't even know what to say to this. Let's just move on. This is buffoonery. It gets way worse. Avoid the 1,000-year-old dragon trope. Yep, there it is. I knew it was fucking coming. Don't make OCs who fall under this trope. It's inherently pedophilic and it attracts creeps. It gives people the wrong idea of you and makes people disgusted by you. Make your OC look their age. Okay, so now we're just resorting to body shaming. And second of all, okay, there's nothing wrong with people using the 1,000-year-old dragon lolly trope or whatever the fuck, okay? It's not pedophilic, okay? Excuse me. Make whatever kind of OC you want. Make them be whatever height, character. Make them be whatever height or age or whatever the fuck kind of facial expression you want them to have, okay? It's not pedophilic, okay? It's... Why do I even have to point this out, people? You already know, okay? As long as you're not terminally online like these people, you can differentiate fiction from reality. You already know it's not pedophilic. Come on now. Do not write suicide. It is very offensive to people who lost friends or family from suicide. It opens up trauma. It is usually only written for shock only, and it is a low quality trope. What? Come on. So basically, we just have to walk on eggshells about any fucking type of thing when it comes to role playing or just fictional OCs in general. Like, what the hell can we roleplay at this point? A fucking rock? Like, what the hell can we even make as an OC? A damn box or something? Like, come on now. Come on now. We can just sit here and make some kind of completely blank slate, or like a robot or something that literally just has nothing to it? I don't know. So what can we roleplay or create? A doll? Like, this is absolutely nuts to me, man. It's like we can't use any kind of trope or something now. We can't use anything. We gotta walk on eggshells around everyone because anything is offensive nowadays and it opens up trauma somehow. If you want to show depression or kill someone, fine, but don't use suicide. Alright then. I guess this goes out to all the DDLC fans, Doki Doki Literature Club. You know, you guys, y'all gotta stop now, okay, man? The things that happened to Sayori, nah, y'all gotta quit that dance up out. You're gonna have to change your whole fucking story now, okay, people? Just, what am I reading, dude? Come on. Do not glorify a villain's actions. Do not treat their actions in a positive light. Do not show them in a positive light unless you have really good justification for their actions. What? Justifying them is why we have copycat criminals out in the world? What am I reading, dude? What? What? Alright, you know what? I don't even know what to say. This was an absolute fucking buffoonery of a thread. This was completely schizo mode right here. Just absolutely terminally online behavior. Not a single bit of advice we've seen from this entire thread was anything even remotely close to good. And this isn't even all of it. There's hundreds of advice from this thread, spanning all the way back to 2021. Like, this is just some of the most buffoonery and absolutely deranged terminally online ones that I picked out. Okay? But there's probably a bunch more I didn't see that are probably even worse than what we saw today. But you know what? With that being said, I think we're done here. Okay? I am done. Okay? It's over. That being said, what did we learn today? Okay? That apparently you just can't use any trope. You can't have villains anymore, okay? You can't fucking have lolly characters. You make your characters any age. You can't have an 18-year-old and a 30-year-old romancing each other because apparently that's socially unacceptable somehow, even though they're two consenting fucking adults. I don't even know what to say, people, okay? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm not talking right, okay? Look, my brain is over here rotting from after what I saw today, so you're gonna have to excuse me for this. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Hit the like button and subscribe, turn on notifications to get notified about when I release new videos. And this is BB Nika. I will see you all in the next video, and I'm out.